Looks like we're on everywhere. Hi, welcome to practice. I have to say, I woke up this morning and this is the song that was in my head. The sun will come out tomorrow. That is what's in my head today. I know we have such a long road still ahead, but this next 24 hours feels important. Important in samsara. Of course, there are countless ways in which, in the eternal, this moment is the same as every other moment that's ever been like it. So let's dive into our practice and remember that the Heart Sutra helps to teach us to be spacious, but not nihilistic. Spacious without being nihilistic. The heart's perfect wisdom. Uttering the sound of the three states of existence, I enter mystic union of oneness with the entire cosmos. In the three worlds and the three times, my breath binds the sound. Purifying the body, speech, and mind. I take refuge and invoke the awakened mind of the goddess who knows all and hears all suffering. The blessed Bodhisattva Aryatara, from the deep practices of the heart's perfect wisdom, understanding that the 5 elements of consciousness were always empty, instructing her student Shariputra, she says, in this world of forms, Shariputra, all phenomena are empty. Form is emptiness, and emptiness is form. Form is not separate from emptiness, and emptiness is not different from form. Always, emptiness is the same as phenomena. Potential or actual form and emptiness never separate. So it is for feelings, conceptions, perceptions, and consciousness. All phenomena, Shariputra, have the characteristics of emptiness. They neither die nor take their birth into existence. Neither are improper nor shining with purity. Neither are complete nor deficient in any way wanting. So Shariputra, in that emptiness, there is no form, no feeling, no conception, perception, nor consciousness. There is no seeing, no sound, no smell, no taste, no touch, nor thought. Neither are there solid forms, sound, fragrance, sensation, nor conceptual phenomena. No circle of sight, nor is there a sphere of consciousness. There is no knowledge nor ignorance, neither does ignorance get vanquished, nor knowledge voided. No long road into aging and death, and no liberation from it. No causes of suffering, nor samsara. No stopping on the journey of joy and suffering. There is no clinging to thoughts, nor grasping. There is no attainment of anything, as there's nothing to attain. With blissful practicing of the heart's perfect wisdom, obstructions of mind move clear, and the labyrinthine maze of thought impressions and delusions of duality are liberated. In this way, the blessed Bodhisattva Aryatara enters enlightened transcendence. In the 3 worlds, all on the Bodhisattva path may practice the heart's perfect wisdom, and in applying it every moment, find the nature of mind and enter enlightenment. So understand and see the mantra of the heart's perfect wisdom as the strongest of sorceries, as the most powerful saying of mystical and sacred speech. It is the mantra which smooths over all things, which disperses lies into its light of truth. This mantra liberates all and is said like this: Gate, gate, paragate, parasamgate, buddhi soha. Gone, gone, crossed over and gone, completely gone beyond to the far shore, awakened, and all is good. This ends the heart's perfect wisdom. So how did we do yesterday with the white dakini and the dispelling of any sense of willful ignorance? Hopefully everybody did well and had occasion to confront a supposition or presumption that they had held, had an opportunity to confront something that maybe we were not paying attention to properly, and then to do it with greater attentiveness. Okay. Today, the chakras and the 4 guardian angels are in this one card. Call upon the guardians of your psychic energy. Can you see the picture? Yes. Okay. No glare. I'll move a little closer. So I want everyone to see. It's a really beautiful piece of art. See that? Oh, glare. There. And then here. Really, really nice, Laura Shanti. All right, let's find out. Card number 3 in this deck. There are centers in the body where energy moves like quicksilver. They are the places where we can shift the energy state through touch, intention, or physical movement. They are called chakras, meaning little vortex wheels, and they are also called acupuncture points. The grand river of our energy runs down the center front of the torso and up the back, crisscrossing front to back through the 7 major chakras on the center line, making them turn like water wheels. They are the crossroads of the highway of the psychic nervous system. Everyone has felt their chakras at one time or another, but it is the awareness of that fact that is the first step in learning to govern your energy. For example, when you have to stand up and give a speech, you may get a knot in your stomach. Then you're feeling the abdominal chakra. Having your heart broken increases a sensation of physical pain in the center of your chest. That is the heart chakra closing from feeling the loss of love. When you witness something special, like an amazing performance that strikes you to the core with wonder, your third eye, the spot between the eyebrows, might have a feeling of tightness. The symbols for the body chakras are rising up amidst the tree of life in this art, and 4 medallions representing the guardian angels, Uriel, Gabriel, Michael, and Raphael, guard the energy system standing at the 4 corners. These angels have their counterpart in Buddhism, known as the Herukas. All spiritual traditions alive today emerged at a time when people lived closer to the earth and were more aware of the subtle movements of energy, the beings in other dimensions, and the afterlife. Great archetypes have their counterpart in every culture. This painting is an illustration that I made for a spiritual psychic healer, Carrie Ptolemy. And then this goes on to talk about her and her work and how it was commissioned. So today we are being told, and this shouldn't be a surprise, shields up, wards up, protection secure on all sides, above, below. It would be a really good day today to do a blessing of yourself from head to toe with salt water or a saltwater bath, and then to fortify all the protections of your home, your car, your body, and all those you love, sending out little bubbles of protection to everybody that you love and giving them some protection. we are facing a tumultuous time. We're in a tumultuous time. It's just tumultuous right now. And it's like a big, wet, running, barking dog. We're not going to just be able to stop that feeling of tumultuousness. So instead of worrying about that, let's instead worry about ourselves and say, all right, I'm going to hold this down. I'm going to stabilize, protect, so that no matter what's going on around me, in my town, in my state, in this country, in our world, I have fortified myself. That is where our agency really rests, is in how we self-govern. And, a lot, of course, in the minds of everyone right now in America is the government. And I think in probably the world, there's quite a few people who are like, what's going on over there? It's a big moment for governance in America. But the truest governance that every single one of us carries is our self-governance. And if we are fortified, shored up, secure, we feel safe, we are paying attention to our surroundings, we're, aware, alert, then we have done what we can do, especially if then we leverage that bubble of safety that we create for ourselves spiritually for the benefit of others, sending it out to others. May all people be protected. I think we should do, I did a protection for Kamala Harris the day she was elected, and I will and tomorrow morning after practice, I'm going to be joining Lama Wangmo online for 3 hours of smoke offerings, so that there will be purification and protection. And so this card is an invitation today. Invoke your guardian angels, fortify your body, shields up, ward your space, and then be ready to share the safety that you create with others. You're really, as safe as you can be when you're able to protect somebody else, because it means you've got that to give. So that's our short bit for today. If that's what you were here for, we'll see you tomorrow. Otherwise, if you're here for Guanyin practice, let's do it. 3 prostrations before the shrine. I'm just going to put a little tea. I woke up because the heat and the fireplace were on last night and my throat was really dry. So and let's take refuge. Namo Guru Be. I take refuge in the inner teacher. Namo Buddhaye. I take refuge in the great mother of compassion. Namo Dharmaye. I take refuge in the wisdom of the ages. Namo Sanghaye. I take refuge in the community of practitioners. And let's set our intention, a person, place, situation, or circumstance that will benefit from today's practice. And let's recite the 4 immeasurables. May I be a source of loving kindness in this world and all worlds, bringing a generous heart to all my thoughts and doings. May I be a vehicle of compassion in this world and all worlds, ever mindful and aware of the tremendous suffering of others. May I be a brimming vessel of joy in this world and all worlds, delighting in the happiness of others as their suffering is alleviated. May I be a balance point of equanimity in this world and all worlds, seeing all as equals and all as deserving of goodness. And let's make our offerings. I light this candle as a symbol of the enlightening Dharma way. May it shine brightly for the benefit of all beings. I light this incense as an offering for Guanxi Yin, she who hears the cries of the world, mother of all. Omahum. 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 Reverently I prostrate with my body, speech, and mind, and present clouds of every type of offering, actual and virtual. I confess all my destructive actions accumulated since beginningless time and rejoice in the meditation of all holy and ordinary beings. Please, Guan Yin, remain until the end of samsaric existence and turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. I dedicate my own merits and those of others to the great enlightenment. "108 recitations of Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, pulling out that, teasing out that quality of compassion within that then makes us want to be of service in protecting others physically, spiritually, emotionally, psychologically, in terms of their well-being. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, Namo Guan Shin 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 Pusa, Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. And lest anyone feel like you can't believe that your bubbles of protection sent out to those you love and care about would be effective, listen to these words of Yeshe Tsogyal, which explain how we can transform our elemental presence into whatever's needed. Wherever there is space, 5 elements pervade. Wherever the 5 elements, the homes of living beings. Wherever living beings, karma and defilements. Wherever is defilement, my compassion also. Wherever is the need of beings, there I am to help them. To the hungry I was heaps of food and all good things, and thus I brought them joy. To the cold and freezing I was fire and sun warmth, thus their joy. To the poor and needy I was wealth and riches, thus their joy. To the naked I was every kind of raiment, thus their joy. To the childless I was sons and daughters, thus their joy. To those who sought a lover I was a loving and attractive consort, and thus their joy. To those who wanted magic powers I gave prowess in the 8 great cities, and thus I brought them joy. To the sick I was their remedy, and thus their joy. To the anguished I was all their mind desired, and thus I was their joy. To those hard pressed by the punishments of despots, I was the loving friend to lead them to the land of peace, and I was thus their joy. To those in fear of wild beasts I was a haven, thus their joy. To those who fell into the depths I was their drawing out, and thus their joy. To those tormented in the fires I was a quenching stream, and thus their joy. To those in prey to any of the elements, I was their medicine, and thus their joy. For those who could not see, I was their eyes and brought them joy. And for those who could not walk, I was feet, and thus their joy. I was a tongue for those who could not speak, and thus I brought them joy. To those in fear of death, I granted immortality, and thus I was their joy. I led the dying on the path of transference and brought them joy. To those who wandered in the bardo state, I was their spirit guide, bringing them to joy. I cooled the burning heat and warmed the cold of those lost in the realms of hell. Howsoever they were tortured, I changed myself to shield them, being thus their joy. To those who lingered in the land of hungry ghosts, I was their food and drink, and thus their joy. I was freedom from oppression and servitude for those caught in the wordless state of beasts, and thus I brought them joy. To those beings born in places of war, I protected them from strife and brought them joy. I was a truce from endless conflict for the demigods and was thus their joy. The jealous gods I guarded from their bitter fall, and I was thus their joy. I shielded all from everything that tortured them and was their every joy. So in the spirit of that, with each of these recitations of Om Mani Padme Hum, let's send out a bubble of protection to someone we love, someone we care about, someone who needs it, somebody we don't even know, but who we know needs it. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 All those bubbles going out of protection to those we love, to those who are, struggling, to those who are sick. And let's give thanks also for all of our teachers. May all of my blessed teachers enjoy long, happy, healthy, productive lives and great support for their good works. May all beings benefit from their wisdom. May they enjoy a swift and happy rebirth. And long life prayer for Lama Dechen Yeshe Wangmo. Om Sosti. Through the powerful blessings of the immortal Pema Jungye and his consort, may the three secret qualities of the Dakini of Supreme Bliss Yeshe Wangmo be utterly stable, and may the light of her activities shine on the lotus groves of the teachings and of beings, so that they blossom in radiant splendor. And let's dedicate the merit. May the merit of this practice and all of my activities be of endless benefit to all beings in all realms, beginningless and continuous. May all obstacles be overcome and suffering cease. At the sound of liberation. Worth it. May all beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all beings have happiness and its causes. May we carry the essence of Guanyin in our hearts. Namo Guanxin Pusa. And we close with bow to Guanyin, bow to one another, and bow to the inner teacher, and wishing you a safe and protected day in your body, in your space, in your life, and tomorrow. And please remember to drop your counts at the bottom of this in the comments so that I know that you chanted along with me and can add them to our million count. And I hope everybody has a good day. And I'll be back tomorrow for our inauguration day practice, as well as then just holding space after I get off this broadcast tomorrow for the next several hours in a Riwo Sangchut smoke offering ceremony for purification. So